Hello, our dear viewers. Welcome to Afya Health and Lifestyle Interview Series. And we are in Debunking the Rumor segment. And what do we do on Debunking the Rumor? We bring out a rumor that is very common in our society and we look at it extensively. Is it true? Is it false? Why is it false? And what is the correct thing? And today on the show with me, we have a doctor in training, Mr. David Anochie, and he's going to be talking extensively with us and helping us debunk a rumor. What is the rumor we'll be debunking today? Stay tuned and see. Welcome to Afya Health and Lifestyle Interview Series, Mr. David, and it's nice to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, Remy. It's actually very, very nice to be here. Well done with what you're doing. And yeah, I'm just excited to be a part of this today.
All right. You have said hi to me. How about you say hi to our viewers?
Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. So my name is David Anochie. I'm a doctor in training, I mean, Remy is the one who is media savvy, so he has to put us through all these little nuances. But yeah, so I'm really excited to be here talking to all of you. And I hope this is going to be insightful. So yeah, let's get into it.
All right. All right. Thank you for joining us. So the rumor we are going to be debunking is a very, very common one. And I can tell you that everybody growing up, at least in Nigeria, and I can relate to that because I'm in Nigeria, at a point in time where that when you chew gum and you swallow it, it is going to glue your intestines together and whatever else is inside your stomach, and you just will die. You just will die. I know that you probably have heard it too before. And if you can look back, when was the first time you heard it and how did it make you feel? Because for me, I think I stopped eating chewing gum for a while and then, of course, I went back to it and I mistakenly swallowed. Nothing happened. Well, that's the end.
You didn't die.
So I didn't die. I didn't die. So it just never mattered anymore after that. So in your own case, when was the first time you heard about it and how was it? What was the experience like?
It must have been when I was a kid, really. So I used to have like a sweet tooth. I still do, really. So I used to take a lot of candy. I used to take a lot of sweet stuff, and I used to chew gum a lot. And so, to try and get us to stop chewing gum, because as kids, you end up mistakenly swallowing the gum a lot of times. So they tell you that when you swallow it, it's going to like glue the inside and you die. And you'd be really scared. So for a while, at least until you develop, right? You would believe that if you swallow gum, you die. So you just avoid chewing gum altogether. And that's not, we heard so many things about what, when you swallow, what can happen if you swallow watermelon seed, the tree will start growing inside you. There were just a lot of things about swallowing that just was really, said to make kids be more careful. But this gum one was a big issue because it actually made me stop chewing gum for a bit until I realized that, bro, this can't even be true, right? So I just continued and said something must be, man.
All right, all right. Okay, so now that you are more knowledgeable, right?
Right.
What do you think must have been the reason why they told us such a very, very I don't know the word to use now because when you think about it now, it is very, very funny. So
It's
what do you think
ridiculous.
is the reason why they told us something like that?
Well, like I was thinking about it, right? And like when you were even discussing before this, is usually most of these things that can be said to be folklore are passed down, generationally, and they're usually supposed to serve a certain purpose. So you would have these things said at the beginning to try and correct a misdeed in possibly the younger generation or in people who are prone to having this misdeed. And then over time, the actual reason that this thing was started is lost. And
Okay.
people just find themselves, promoting and propagating the sentence almost as, a routine without actually knowing why it was there, whether it's true or not. They just keep saying it. You understand? So I think, yeah, ultimately it must have stemmed from a good place to try and get kids to stop chewing gum, which of course is bad for their dentition and things like that. But over time, the actual cause just got lost and really just scaring kids to thinking they die. So wow,
All right.
crazy.
All right. From the knowledge I've acquired over the years now, what can you say concerning that statement? Is it true? And if it is not, why is it not true?
Well, I mean, obviously, that's not true. Gum isn't going to enter your digestive tract and then begin to attach to places and glue it shut. That's wildly unrealistic, really. But essentially, it's not true because what's in chewing gum really, the resin in chewing gum or the base of the structure of chewing gum is indigestible, right? So the body cannot digest it. So it doesn't make sense that it's going to enter and then begin to stick to places in the body and then glue the digestive tract shut. Even the digestive tract, as we know it, because of swallowing and the movement is in constant motion, is very dynamic. So things hardly ever get stuck, except there's, an actual obstruction. Things hardly would ever get stuck. So they just keep getting passed along. So it's wildly unrealistic and extremely unimaginable that gum will enter and stick to places and glue your gut shut and then you die. Please now.
All right. Thank you very much for that insight into that. So, what is the advice you would give to especially kids that would probably watch this, or maybe their parents would show a clip of this video to? What advice would you give concerning chewing gum and it gluing intestine together?
Well, obviously, chewing gum isn't entirely something that is very good, right? Because one, at least the most dangerous part of it is the implication, the dental implications. So at least at their age, as kids, they should, be focused on taking more healthy stuff and not chewing gum. Fine, they are young, so they can get away with a lot of things that they can correct when they grow up that adults will not be able to get away with because of time and their bodies and everything. But I believe that building good habits as children is very important because that's the only way you're very sure that this is something you're going to be able to do long term, because then it becomes part of your character. But if you wait till you're an adult and all your habits are formed, you as a person, you're formed, and you now begin to develop habits, some of these habits might stick, but you always have to make a conscious decision to move them forward. So I think it's always very important to see the sense even in nonsense. So even while gums glue your intestine shut, it still makes sense to not be taking it as a routine every day, like almost as regularly as you drink water, you're chewing gum. There is no point in that. So you can have it as a treat, you can have it as a sweet, but it's not something you should be doing every day. And just build the good habits so that your older self will definitely thank you for any good habit you build as a kid.
All
That's
right.
the truth.
Thank you very much, Mr. David Anochie. That's been very, very insightful and short, and I'm very sure that our viewers have learned one or two things. Our dear viewers, swallowing chewing gum cannot glue your intestine together. You've heard directly from Mr. David Anochie, and I'm pretty sure you already know this, but you are just not sure. Now you are sure. But please be healthy, take care of yourselves, do the right thing, and ensure that you're safe health wise at all times. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. David, once again. We look forward to having you
Thank
on
you so much for
our
having me.
Debunking the Rumors sometime in the future. Um, Thank you very much for joining us today on this episode of Afya Health and Lifestyle Interview Series, Debunking the Rumors segment. We look forward to having you on same time, the same show. Do well to subscribe and follow our social media language, especially our YouTube page, Agbari Multimedia. Thank you very much.